let's Gua Sha. We will talk some products and we'll see a little bit before and after. This here is the Aura Stone from Wildling. It was created for more body, but I've been really enjoying playing with these awesome waves on my face, and I will show you that. And this is a new oil that I have been playing with this week, and I will describe that for you. I will also give you links and discounts for both of these as we go. So let's go ahead and start. You always want to start with your oil, or as we've discussed, if you can't do oil, a moisturizer, but you do need slip while you are doing your Gua Sha, because otherwise the stone doesn't move the way that it is supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and take this stone, and I'm just going to start right here, gently pressing, moving a little bit, just waking up your lymph nodes that kind of hide behind the clavicle here. And I'm going to start behind the neck today. So I'm going to turn around, hopefully you can see a bit. And I'm just going to go on either side. Start working my way up. Hopefully you can hear me. And I'll probably just do maybe one side today. And we'll just look at the difference. So I have my stone pretty close to the skin. Ideally as close as possible. So the stone is actually just moving the lymphatic fluid. You're having more of that stone touching your skin. Fascia also works this way, that it likes gentle touch. So both your lymph nodes and your fascia prefer that gentleness. And I'm gonna go really gentle right here. Be careful not to press because you have your thyroid through there, but we're gonna love on that skin just a little bit. As we've discussed before, going in here, that skin can get pretty tight. The other stone works a little better for this part. And I'm gonna go my little U edge here. I like the U edge on this one right now. I have another stone ordered that has a larger U, whereas my other one has a little bit deeper U. So I've been enjoying the wider one right now, but all of them are great. So I'm just gonna go across here. And you're holding any of that excess skin and then draining back down. So as you noticed, I went up first, waking up the lymphatic channel, also helping create lift within that fascia. And now I'm gliding across. So you have lymph nodes all across here. Sometimes you'll see kind of that puffiness right here. That's also where it gets tight through here, so you kind of get those jowls. But that's also a pocket of lymphatic fluid sometimes. So you're just being able to kind of work that out. And I have a really gentle touch on here, and I'm just gliding across because this oil is helping me not to tug my skin. It's allowing me to go off surface level and go a little bit below. So here's one thing I've been playing with the U edge. It's just allowing me to get multiple spots within my lips. I'm very tight through here. I actually smoked for 13 years, so I tug down right here because I smoked with my left hand. I hate to admit that, but I did. I have a lot of health work that I've had to do from that, as well as face work, right? Because it's toxic for you. I'm just gonna glide up so you can just follow along with me. I like to go back through here sometimes. If you don't mind having some oil on your hair, you don't have to leave the house right away. And just kind of gliding back. Again, I'm gliding. So there are pressure points here, right there, and right here. And this I like because it kind of touches across both. And I am not on my eye skin right now. I'm down here at the nose. So Gua Sha talks about how your skin turns red. So it's actually not a bad thing if your skin turns red. You're creating blood flow. If you break a bunch of capillaries, you have too much pressure and then you are creating damage. But so I like this because I can hit both these pressure points through here. And I'm actually going to come up right here. 80% of your muscles attach in this area. As you can see, this is one of my trouble spots, is the smile lines. So going through here is just going to allow those to loosen a bit. Since we're here, I'm going to come up and I'm just working all the muscles across here that lift up and kind of gliding underneath that cheekbone. So this isn't the lymphatic movement as much as I'm trying to release some muscle tension, some tight fascia through here. So this area is really cool, and I will touch on it since we are here. A very, very gentle feather touch will help drain your sinuses and also your lymph nodes. And you can just glide that very gently all the way to here and then down. But a medium touch is going to help with, you've got some pressure points in there, trigger points, and you've got that tight muscle and fascia that I was talking about. So a medium, I often do this just with my finger too. But that will, and you can feel, once you start to become familiar with your face, you can feel those muscles and where they're tight, where they attach, and you can start playing in here. But this is a really great zone to really play with, to be able to draw, to release a lot of that tightness, to be able to do those smile exercises, right? As I said, I'm tight through here. So it makes it hard for me to create that full smile through that side. So I do a lot of release work across through here so that I can then now train this muscle to lift. Okay, so I'm just gliding across and up. Now I'm going to switch this around. I'm just gonna put it on my eye, nice and gentle, guiding so that I'm not tugging on any of that skin. And I'm gonna take that down right here. I have an eye video that I do this with my hand, so that drains down. And then I'm gonna start working. I've actually been having fun with the U's again, working a couple different pressure points across my eyebrow. And I'm gonna glide that across. So you see how the waved edge is going above and below my eyebrows. So I've done a lot of exercises with this where I use my fingers, right, to go above and below, and just be careful on that tugging on the eyelid. There you go. I'm gonna take this now and I'm gonna come up. And I'm gonna flatten this stone. So I'm actually pressing here, just kind of giving that relief. And then I'm gonna lift up. So for me, I have to do the stone almost completely flat because my skin is on the thinner side of my forehead. If you have a fattier forehead or you're a bit younger, you can use more of the actual, I don't want to say edge of the stone, but kind of the edge of the stone at a higher angle to help create that lift and release in the fascia through there. And as you see, I'm actually gliding up from here. There's tight muscles in there that create those 11 lines. And I'm also helping in the ocular muscles and creating that lift through here. And then this is the fun part. As I said before, you can draw all the way back through here. There are some awesome combs. I don't have one yet, But as of right now, we have done one side, and I'm just helping kind of create that lift. And then I'm gonna just very gently drain that fluid down. And I'm gathering behind, in front and behind that ear, because you have a lot going on in there. And we're just gonna drain it down to the bottom here. So I wanna talk about one side versus the other. So you can see I still have a little bit of redness, but overall, my skin tone is more even. It's less blotchy, less pink than white than pink than white. You can also just see kind of in general that this side of my face is still a little bit droopier. It doesn't have that daily lift yet. And this is something you do consistently, you do daily, if not multiple times a day. You can do this multiple times a day because you're helping guide that fascia into a lifted position, whereas gravity is constantly trying to pull it down. So you can see this whole side, we talked about it, blood flow, more of a glow in the skin, and this will go away shortly. You can also see that my eye is just more lifted, my eyebrows more lifted, and the slight angle of my face is now going up and back rather than across or across and down. I didn't do a lot of the lip work, but when I really go into lip work, I can actually tell a big difference between like one side of my lip versus the other. But I'll stay still for a second. And you can even see through here. And I don't hit décolleté as much, but I have noticed you can come from here and come up and then come across. When I hit this more, I have a lot of skin damage from surfing. I'm giving you guys all my my horrible skin stories. This will become less red. And again, that skin tone will even out into more of a glow. So one thing I want to talk about this oil. This is a new Gua Sha oil from Herbal Alchemy. And I will give you a code to get $10 off. I believe if you subscribe as well, you get 20% off, and you can cancel that at any time. That's what I actually did. But it has a very strong scent at first, which then goes away. I'm not into super scented products. I don't use any chemicals in my home or perfumes or candles or anything. So at first I was like, oh, this is kind of strong for me. But it very quickly goes away. I had my husband smell my face the other day and he said, oh, that smells good. So I thought that it was going to be a problem at first, and it actually goes away within like 30 seconds to where it's very light, and it's not taking over. I don't have a headache or anything from it. I was using 2 pumps. It didn't seem to be enough to create that glide. So 3 I did today seems to be pretty perfect. But I'm really enjoying it. What I enjoy is at the end, it gives me that same effect of like when I use tallow. My skin it looks like it's glowing, right? Not oily. It doesn't look like drier than oily on top or just oily in general. It actually blended in very nicely into my skin. And my skin has a nice texture to it. So I'm really enjoying this right now. So hopefully this is a great tutorial for you guys, and you can just replay it and do the other side. It doesn't typically take, I just spent 14 minutes, but I was explaining a lot. You can do a whole Gua Sha routine in 5 minutes if you want. But hopefully this helps you guys. I know we had been talking about longer videos. I'm going to post this across the board. I've just decided to post on everything. So I will be on YouTube, Elena Schmidtka. I can categorize it there. So I'm going to start posting a lot more on there so you guys can look up and think like eyes, I want to work eyes, and I'll have everything together in there. As well as Facebook, obviously, where the majority of you are. And this will carry over to both of my Instagram accounts, Elena Lee Schmidtka and happily, hi baby, .hydrated .h2. So have a beautiful day and aloha. You say hi? No.